Alrighty, y'all. Thank you all for stopping by. Welcome back. So a couple of updates here, and then we'll get into kind of like the coding and what I want to work on. So first off, I did a lot of work kind of off stream because of the problem with trying to debug the issues. I kept exposing my stream or my API key, which obviously I want to trust everyone here on YouTube, but there may be some nefarious people out there that would take the API key and basically run up a bill by causing lots and lots of different problems, or lots of API calls cost money, things like that. So I did a lot of work to try to get that GIF API working off stream, basically. That way I didn't have to continually basically expose the API key and cause problems. So that is what it is. So we can actually kind of walk through what I have working. So if we hop into our application, so now we can go ahead and hit one of these. We can click on this, for example. It loads these. As we scroll down, it'll load even more of them. We can click on this. It adds it. This is something that we had to work on. We'll probably work on today. We can click on X. Now, I think there might be a small bug that if you like try to click on this now, it might not actually load them unless we kind of like refresh and do some stuff. But right now, I don't really care. I just want this working for the most part. We can kind of go back through, figure out bugs and whatnot. So what I'd like to be able to do is modify it so that whenever we have a GIF from in here, we could also be like, say hello. It'll load up. We can click on forest here. And then now what I'd like to do is whenever we have this in here, I want post to be able to actually allow us to send a post. So we're going to have to do a couple modifications to the backend and whatnot. We also have to do a couple of different things in here as well, but that's what we're going to work on, and that should get us to the point where I can go through and record all of this, and then we'll see what happens here. We might be ready to at that point take live streams and actually start just turning live streams into videos and kind of go from there. But yeah, so basically where we're at, I guess let's look at the walkthrough. So right now, modifying image to remove it, that's fine. Something that we're gonna have to do is whenever we have, let's see, so this is feed post creator. So we're gonna have to make it so that whenever the button, let's see, whenever post content is equal to this, that is less than 1, that's fine. And we're gonna want to also say, let's see, and we're gonna need another and here. We're gonna say and our state dot post and then dot current post dot, and we're going to want our images dot length, and this is less than 1 as well. And let me guess, this could possibly be null or undefined. Of course, I love this problem. So how are we going to deal with this in this context? What we're going to do is we're going to wrap this. We're going to say this. We're going to say state.post.currentImage. We're going to wrap it like this. And we're going to say we have a current post and state dot post dot current post dot images dot length is less than 1, and save. And let's just double check this. So we come in here. Okay, that didn't work. It should be less than, let's see, if there's no content, there's no images, and this and this should be true. This should be a current post, and the images.length should be greater than 1. So I guess we want this to be false, right? It's active if it's false. Yeah, so this should be working. Let's double. Ooh, I don't know if I have Redux Dev Tools. That could be a problem. shoot. Okay. How are we gonna deal with this? Extensions. Developer tools. Redux dev tools, details. It says it's on. Although it doesn't pop up as a dev tool. So, shoot. It's not going to make it as easy as I hoped it would. I just want to take a look at the Redux state. But that should be fine. Let's refresh it. Oh wait, never mind. It is working. So now post is working. It's disabled though, so we're going to do the same exact thing for the disabled. So copy, and we're going to say and paste that there, and that should enable the button. So we're gonna say 32 enable the feed post creator button when there is a GIF from Giphy, or actually it's from Tinner, and that was pretty easy. So we go to a feed post creator and we'll copy this nasty button and paste it in there. Okay, so now 33 we need to modify the what's it called? We need to modify the create post DTO on the back end to accept GIFs, basically. Actually, this would be Java, and I scuffed it. So we need to go into our Java code, and inside of our create post DTO, we're going to have a private, baby. And I don't remember what our post actually has. So let's take a look at our post. So our post is a private list of images. So we'll say private list, and we just call this image, I think. Images. And our images, I believe, is, we already have this modeled. So images, yeah, just has name, type, image path, and image URL. And so I accepted a job. I'm just waiting to start currently, James. So my start date was originally supposed to be yesterday, but it kind of got pushed back till probably like next week. So hopefully next Monday I'll be started, and we'll kind of see how things go. So this should be the data that we're sending, and we can always just take a peek at what's going on whenever we actually create it. But back in the create post DTO, we're going to add this private list in here, and then we're going to modify our this. So after our replies, yeah, finally. So yeah, I accepted a job. I'm gonna make, I'll talk more about it once I actually get started and everything. I don't want to go, you know, too into detail before I actually start. But basically everything should be good to go. I'm just kind of waiting on that final start date confirmation and all of that before I get too crazy, but it's basically a done deal. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to start. And then let's set up a couple of getters and setters for this guy. So just scroll to the bottom. Actually, I'll just put it below replies. So, and source getters and setters. Okay, we're gonna have to rewrite our toString, unfortunately. All right, let's do our toString. Delete this and rewrite our toString. So go ahead, source, and generate toString. We'll include everything. All right, so now we're going to probably modify this again in a little while to deal with the polls, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's a lot of refactoring, whatnot. Okay, so now theoretically it should just work theoretically, but that's again in theory, because our post controller is just going to take a post DTO, right? And it's just going to create post and then create post inside of our post service. Let's see, post service. We might need to do something with the image service. We'll see. So post service, create post. It's just going to go through here where our list is. So new array list. We're going to actually say DTO dot get images, and it might be an empty list, it might not. So we do, I guess, need to modify the create post in the post service. So let's go back into here and number 34, modify the create post in the post service. Oops, paste that in. We grab the DTO.get images. Hash set, I don't know what the hash set is for that. If we look in Java, what's the hash set for post? Author set of likes. Okay, it's just the likes. Cool, that's fine. Yeah, I think that should be fine. We don't need to store the image on disk. We just need to basically keep track of the actual image, basically. Hopefully this just works. The problem that I could see is we might need to call check. Yeah, I've been working for a long time on it. Hopefully I can get it finished soon. Knock on wood, because I do want to start some other series. But now hopefully this will actually store this. Let's also go ahead and do one of these. So let's go to HTTP. Although I don't know if I ever set this up. Localhost 8000. What is this running on? Yeah, 8000 / h2 - console. I don't know if I ever set this up. No, I did not. Now here's the question. Do I want to go? I thought I had it set up at one point. Let's look at our security config. No, I deleted it. Okay. Do I care enough to reset this? I don't think I care enough to redo this. Unless it's already configured, I guess. It might already be configured. Let's just try this. But I think I had to do like the renaming and stuff to get this to work. And I had to do... Let's look at the... let's see... The setup in here. No, I deleted the rename. Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm just going to look inside of... I'm just going to look inside of the Postman, I guess. And hopefully it works. So we should have the image ID, name, yada, yada, yada. Now the only thing... We might need to check for images and save the image. We'll see here. Let's just see what happens. And if it doesn't work, whatever, we can fix it. If it does work, great, basically. So let's just hop into Brave, I guess. And we'll just say hello. And we'll post it and see what happens. So it seems like it went through. Our console, there is an error, but that's something I don't care about that. So that seems fine. In Java, do we have an error? No error in Java. So the post went through. Let's check Postman. I don't know whether or not the post actually saved the image. That's the only thing. So that's what we're going to have to check. Close out of this real quick before I once again leak my API key. Whoops. And then we'll also... So I don't know if I really have time to connect one-on-one, but it could be a video that I do. But if you like just want to ask like just questions in general, I could probably answer them just here in general, and then people could always go back and watch as well, as long as they're not like super personalized questions and whatnot. So we have an images / file. I don't think we have an all images. Let's see. Let's look at our image controller. So controllers, images, image controller. So we just have file name. And again, this wasn't going to save because it's on inner, which is the thing that stinks. So let's just go ahead and I guess get all posts real quick. So /get posts should get all of our posts. So it has the hello. It doesn't have any images though. So that's not great. I have a GitHub for this YouTube, but I don't share my personal just to be safe. But I do have a GitHub that you can check out just on my other code. Give me one moment. I can grab it. I'm pushing more and more to this this account. I do keep my personal stuff just personal, just to be safe. Maybe. Go. So this is the account that I do share with others. Maybe. Did I just get auto blocked by my own system? Might not let me share links. Either that or just not showing up for me. But basically my GitHub is unknown coder, same as my YouTube. And then that's the one that I share around to others. Cool. So the content, this did not work, it doesn't look like. So it looks like we're going to have to do some more modifications to this. So I'm going to do this. Let's say system.out.println, and we're going to say p.getImages. Let's just see if the images pop up there. And make sure that we're setting all of these. And let's see. So let's just console log and see what's going on. So we'll just add another GIF. We'll just say hello. We'll say hello again, P2, send it. All right, so nothing printed at all. Did I saved? Okay. So create post. Oh, it's null. So dto.getImages. So we're not setting the images, it doesn't look like. So let's double check our feed post creator. Feed post creator. Yeah, so that this code is in a private repository, just because people who get access to the actual repository are channel members. So just to be fair and safe, but I am pushing more code up to that, like over time. So that's just the repo that that's just what I have for now. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Is this gonna let me do this? Post image is. So can I say images? Is this gonna complain? Is equal to state.post.currentPost.images. Okay, does this work? let's try this again. So let's go back in here. We'll say hello part 3. We'll grab a GIF that says hello and hello part 3 and hit enter. Let's see, still null. Am I live at this time? Because this is just the time that I got. Why is this still null? Let's see. So we called it images. Let's just double check everything here. Create post DTO. Called it images. As images. That's good. I'm glad that I can help out. Why are the images not working? Images like that, okay. It should be dispatching create post with this body. Let's go into our post slice and let's just double check that create post is getting called. So, well, it's got to be getting called because we're inside of the create post. The job market is really horrible right now. It took me months to get a job as well, so. Yeah, so Akil, if you go to like the most recent video on this series, there's a video inside the description and it walks you through exactly how to do all of that. Again, you could also, I know it's a lot of code, but you can go through, watch through 4 times speed, 3 times speed, whatever. But yeah, it's just a lot of work and just to kind of help support the channel. So why is this not working? So this is set. We have our images, list images. We are setting the image. So if we go to inspect console, we got a bunch of errors here, but I'm just going to ignore those. So we can at least double check this, I guess. Let's go ahead and, oh, you know what? We don't set the post in here. So images is going to be, and now create post is broken. Let's see. Create post body needs images of type image array. And hopefully, let's see here. Inside of our global interfaces, and it might be called post image. Yeah, post image. So we're gonna say that our create post body is not gonna have images. And why is this broken now? Is not files, not time to shoot. Okay, so we're gonna do some modifications here. Images, I'm gonna call this images image files instead. And then replies, we're gonna images is going to be equal to body dot images. And then this one is going to be broken. So now images is equal to body dot, this is going to be like file or image files. And that should be fine too, I think. So again, I haven't announced where I work yet, just because I literally like just accepted the job offer not that long ago and I haven't started officially. So, but once I actually fully start and I'm full time and I get all my streaming schedule and everything set up, that's when I'll kind of talk about all that. So let's see. We have our images now. And let's see, feed post creator is now broken. So now body is going to take instead of images, it's going to be file images or image files. And then our images will just be an empty array. Like so. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Let's see. And I'm not trying to ignore anyone. I'm just trying to actually get this done real quick to test it out. And then I'll read back to the comments real quick. Hello. Hello. Hello, part 4. And post. Okay, well now we got a different error, so that's good. So non-serializable value, blah, blah, blah. Axios error, bad request, failed 500. So I guess we're having an error in here now. Let's see. Okay, well this is something different. So we got an image that time. We got an image ID 0, hello GIF, image type GIF, image path null, image URL. Okay. Unable to find image with ID 0. So yes, we're going to have to check to see if there is a image inside of the images, and then we're going to move on from there. So reading comments. So what do you mean by with your language? Because I only know how to speak English. Unless you're talking about programming language, which I may or may not know your programming language. So now what I'm going to have to do is now what I'm going to need to do is check to see if our create post, so inside of our post service, I need to check to see if the images exist. We're going to do something like if our DTO.getImages.length is greater than 0. I guess it's probably going to be it's a list, so length for size, whoops, dot size is greater than 0. If that's the case, then we're going to grab that. So we're going to say, and this should always basically be a GIF. So there is a single GIF from Tenor. So if this is the case, we already have an image service. So we should be able to say image service dot save, right? Although there's no upload to file system. We might need to just make like a save GIF inside of our image service. So this is starting to unravel pretty quickly. The other option we could have went down is we maybe could have gotten the actual image itself, like the file, but I don't know if that'll work either. Now inside of our image service, we need just like a save image or something. So this needs like a public image, whoops, image save GIF, save GIF from post, I guess. And then this is just going to take in an image. And then this is just going to say image repository. And we could probably just return image repository.save. And then pass in that image. Right? And then we can use this in the post service. So we can say if we have an image, we can say image service.save save GIF from post, and then pass in that DTO.getImages .get 0. So we can save that image, and we could say, let's just say image saved GIF is equal to, and then this is going to be image service dot, and let's also modify this so that let's also say image GIF is equal to DTO dot get images dot get 0, and let's set the GIF dot set path to GIF dot get and then the image URL. Whoops. Get image URL. All right, and then we'll do that, and then we'll pass in the GIF here, and then that'll save that, and then we'll say saved GIF is equal to null. We'll just say saved GIF for now, and then we'll say I guess we'll just say saved GIF is equal to image service, and then what we'll do is let's say DTO dot set. How are we gonna do this? Let's say how do we want to do this? Not 24 anymore. I'm a little bit older than 24 now, but I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I have a Spring security tutorial as well that really lays out a lot of stuff that's super helpful, kind of like the base of this whole project anyway. So if you get the base down, you're pretty good to go. But not, yeah, my GitHub or whatever is a little bit outdated. I'm not 24 anymore. But list image GIFs or GIF list is equal to DTO.get images. This is getting a little bit of messy here. We'll do that, and we'll do all this. We'll grab saved GIF. We're gonna say GIF list. Can we replace all, retain all? We're gonna remove 0. Then we're gonna say GIF list add, and we're gonna add this new GIF, the saved GIF, right? And we're gonna say DTO dot set images back to that GIF list. So this a little bit roundabout way of doing this, but it should work out okay, I think. So basically, if we have a GIF from Tenor, we'll go ahead and save it into our files, or we'll save it onto our database, and then we will go ahead and redo that. If there's no image, it shouldn't be an issue. As there's no GIF, I should say, it shouldn't be an issue. And there's no way for them to put more than one GIF on there. So again, shouldn't be an issue with having more than one there. So that should be fine. So let's double check to see if this works now. And I have to try to keep track of all the stuff that we've done at this point. But let's go ahead and try to send this again. Let's just refresh. I will grab a GIF. Oh, it's broken. Oh, it's loading. Okay. I wish that I could restart knowing what I know now, but it is what it is. Hello? My GIFs are just broken out? Okay, cool. Okay, we'll say hello. Say hello. So it's sent. We got an image. It has an image path. It has an image URL. So does this actually work is the question. So we go into our Postman and we call GIFs. And there we go. We have a hello GIF. We We should probably rename this to like hello GIF with PDF post picture whatever. So like whenever we create a post with this, we upload this and we have a prefix of post. Not 28. I actually just turned 26. So yeah, I'm 26, and about the position I took, it's a senior software engineer position. So 26, and just took a senior software engineer position after being laid off from my other like engineering role. So yeah, I'm doing somewhat well for myself. You know, there's always room for improvement, and doing this series definitely helps out as well. Awesome. So let's see. That's working. Now I gotta kind of go back through and track down all of the different issues. Also, how am I going to you know what I could do for this one? Because I want to kind of reset the name. Although it has the name of the GIF here after the slash. The question is, does it always have that many slashes? I could just grab this name, kto-elbow.gif, and that could be the name. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and that's a good point. I don't know if you're subscribed. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or anything, but I'm gonna just like, you know, check around my videos every once in a while. I am planning to set up a Discord server here soon, where I can connect with people and whatnot. So keep that in mind. I just haven't gotten around to it with applying to jobs, interviewing, working on YouTube and whatnot. So I am planning on doing all of that. So I guess what for this GIF, so it doesn't really matter what the name of it is. We just needed something. But I think this is fine. So what we did was first we went to the image service and we set up a save GIF from here. So we're going to copy this and we're going to go into here. And this is going to be a mess to try to remember everything we modified. But let's do this first. So first, we did modify the post DTO. Then we modify the image service to be able to save a GIF from a post. I'm gonna get rid of this. And then 35, modify the post service to be able to store this GIF from tenor on the database, because we don't actually need to store it inside of memory because it's already stored somewhere elsewhere. I'm not worried about storing it. And so now what we do is go into our post service, and we did this. Here. So in our try catch, we do all of this. Yeah, this is a clone of old Twitter, basically, with some new Twitter features. Oh, and Akil just deleted his message. Whoops. But yeah, this is just a clone of the old Twitter using Java and React, basically from scratch. Okay, so now that's good. Now we need to look how we modified in here. So we modified the post slice. Modify the post slice to allow images to be sent. Whoops. To allow the GIF to be sent when we create a post. Whoops. A post Now we need to go into our post slice. Whoops. Post slice. And we modified our create post body and our create post body with media. Yeah, I'm using Spring Boot with Spring Security, Spring Data, all those odds and ends. It's also got, although I don't know if this one has JWTs. I don't know if I was worried about JWTs. But if you are curious about setting up a project with like JWTs, I do have a tutorial on that as well. I'm coming out with the tutorial for the MERN stack, so that'll be cool. And then here we modified with images. We modified both of these, so let's copy these. Copy and paste this. The walkthrough. And then we modified so this is 37. 37. So basically, what this live stream is I work on this live and I go back through and make a more condensed version of working on this that's more concise. Yeah, it's using Spring Data JPA. So it's going to be using PostgreSQL. Right now, this is just an H2 database. But it uses PostgreSQL in the official version. So modify the feed post creator to send the GIF over the request. Save that. And let's go back into feed post creator. I need to push this stuff up. So inside submit post, modify this, and hopefully I don't miss anything. We went through and refactored a bunch of stuff, which is why it's going to be really easy, or a lot better whenever I start changing some things. What would your tips for a fresher 1 year at an investment bank as software dev? Try to be better software dev outside of work. Yeah, so find something that you are passionate about, like, or I guess not passionate about. Find something that interests you and like build it basically. So if there's like a money tracking software, or I don't know if you're interested in finances yourself or whatever, the best thing to do is just build. And it also depends on what you want to get better at. If you want to get better at backend, start building some Spring Boot applications for different things. If you want to get better at front end, start building front ends. It's literally just practice. That's all it is. Also, it really helps if you like try to teach someone or teach something. So like you have a YouTube channel, maybe decide that you want to build something, right? And you're going to teach someone how to build that. And as you go through and try to explain exactly how you're building everything, that's going to basically help you understand what's going on way more. And that's how I became more advanced, because I was running trainings for my old job and training people that had less experience than me on software. And then I got a better understanding because I was more or less teaching other people what I was doing. So that's the other thing. So let's see here. So this is good to go. Now we need to do a couple of things to make it so GIFs are not editable. So we do not want to display the edit button if there's a GIF. If the GIF is from Tinner, it says via Tinner and gets rid of the people tag. And if GIF is uploaded from your computer, it just removes the people tag. So let's go ahead and edit this part. So GIFs are not editable, so do not display the edit button if it's a GIF. So let's see here. That would be under, I think, feed post creator image. This is where the edit image button is. So this has the image string itself. What is the image string? And what information does it have on it? Or what can we pass in here? So this is coming from the utils, where we pass in the image name. So the image is going to have, so image has a type on it, right? So we could probably modify this to pass in the image type, and then if it is type GIF, basically say no bueno. The only thing that we might have an issue with is, how does the GIF work? Whenever it comes from, how are we doing that? Although I bet inside the feed post creator, I bet I modified something, huh? Feed post creator. I bet I modified something here. Feed post creator images. Then inside of our feed post creator images. Let's see. So we have post state current post images 0 URL. We're empty. Is there an or here? So it so it either calls image container or it calls this. And it has the name. So yeah, that should be obtainable, I think. So if we go into our feed post creator image, what we want, yeah, so we go in here. We're gonna pass in a type. Should be string. Gonna break everything, but it's fine. So we're gonna modify 38, number 38. Modify the feed post creator image. So we're gonna pass in this. I lost where our feed post creator image is. It's a mess. Feed post creator image, and then what we're gonna do, they are Logitech headphones. I don't remember what they're called for sure, but they're wireless Logitech headphones. Yeah, it's all practice, and my biggest advice, it's hard to kind of think this way and kind of get yourself into this mindset. But I always think it's best to fail fast. And what I mean by fail fast is don't be scared to get a prototype up and going. So basically, just start going. And if it doesn't work out, either refactor it later or, you know, just learn from your mistakes and kind of go on from there. And like at the end of the day, this software is all just small pieces. So just build things one at a time, break everything apart one by one, and kind of go from there. It's like all I've done here is like, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. Here's my small piece of code that I need to write. We're going to figure it out. We're going to say type equal to GIF. If that's the case, we're going to have question mark. If that's the case, we're going to have an empty. And we're going to do that. And I need to pass type in here. Okay. So if type is equal to this, we're not going to have anything. Otherwise, I guess I might as well just pass this entire thing. Whatever. Okay. So now there's that. And then we need to modify the util first, I guess. So let's go ahead and modify the util. Number 39. Modify the feed post creator util. But yeah, it's basically all software is breaking down the problem into smaller and smaller pieces until you figured out what's the smallest piece and kind of build up from there. So we'll say type is equal to image dot type, and we'll copy this and paste it in here, and then paste it in here. That and then practice. I have a Let's see. Images 0, image. So this would be images 0 dot type. Yeah, you need to be, yeah, that's the base. I have a GitHub, but I don't share my personal one. So there's not very much on this GitHub, but as I get going here and make more projects and whatnot, I'm posting on this GitHub. But yeah, so this should be fine. So this should be fixed. Let's copy this. And once I kind of figure out my streaming schedule and everything, I want to do all of this stuff. It's just going to be record, live stream, and move from there. So now we need to modify the feed post creator images. So now inside of our feed post creator images, this is going to be type equal GIF. Save, and that's an easy one to fix. And let's come back here. I'm hoping tomorrow and Thursday I can go through, record literally all of this stuff, and then I'll be able to just start recording my live streams and cutting them up and making videos that way. Okay. So now let's see if we grab a GIF. I think that's everything we need. Let's grab a GIF. I'll grab a GIF here. I'll just say hello again. Just no edit. Although obviously we don't want to be able to crop the media either. Let me double check something. Well, actually I'm not logged in, so I won't be able to check that. So we might be able to fix this as well with let's see. Where's the on click after this guy? So here's this. I don't see the on click on this. I mean, maybe, let's see. Options, tag people, list SVG. I don't know if, I think descriptions are available, but I don't remember. I'm just gonna leave it as is. It's probably fine. Okay, so that's fixed. Now let's modify the people tag. So 41. Modify the, what would be the base knowledge? Oh, I'm sorry, completely read that wrong. The base knowledge would be, do you know your Java basically? So can you build out a program that is a console application that takes in user input, spits something out on the screen, and stores something inside of a text file? Can you make a user interface application as a text-based application that stores things on a database with JDBC? Can you make a API with Spring Boot with a database? You know, make sure that you understand the fundamentals of Java. You can work with Java, work with for loops, work with if statements, all of that stuff. And then once you get that knowledge, you should be good to go with that. Knowing the underlying, like, you don't need to know how to do, you don't really need to know the frameworks. You need to understand the underlying language itself and the syntax and how things are going to work and how things are connected before you get going into frameworks and whatnot. So like deep dives into Java, just doing Java-based projects. I don't have any off the top of my head, obviously. I wish I did, but you could always Google or chat GPT, like, hey, what's a good Java project to practice and get the fundamentals, and then kind of go from there. Now I need to modify the feed post creator image to say via tenor when it's a GIF from the internet. So this will be an interesting challenge. So I think it's feed post creator image that has this. So yeah, so it has, actually no, it's going to be in feed post creator images. Yeah, so if you understand all of those things, then it's going to be, I would suggest starting with Spring Core and then understanding what dependency injection is, how you can actually set up dependency injection in an XML file so you understand what's actually going on. What is your, the containers, I'm blanking on things, and then kind of work your way up from there, and then maybe get into your Spring Web and all of that stuff, and then move on from there. So right now I don't have a Discord, but I'm planning on setting one up hopefully soon. So if you stick around the channel for a while, you should be able to see an update about a Discord. So what we're gonna say is, instead of tag people, let's go ahead and we're gonna wrap this in curly braces. So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna say, so we want to look for, yeah, for sure, no problem. So we want to say that the gives via tenor and gets rid of the people tag. So we'll have a P. So we're gonna say post. We're gonna wrap it like this. Post state dot current post and post state dot current post dot images dot length greater than 0 question mark. DSA. I don't know what HLD, LLD is. You should definitely understand your data structures and algorithms at your level. I guess high level design, low level design, I'm guessing what that is. You at your level, as long as you understand your list, your queues, your sets, your hash maps, and all of that stuff, you should be okay. And then high level design, that's just going to be basically, okay, what do I want to build? That's going to be like your system design, and that's more senior level stuff, and you'll kind of get a hang of that as you just start building things and understand kind of what the different pieces are and what your services versus whatever your different layers are. And then low level design, that's just going to be nitty gritty. So definitely kind of, I would say, focus on just building things, and as you build things the quote unquote proper way in different layers and whatnot, you're going to understand kind of that high level idea. So if we have, let's see here, how are we going to do this? Because this is actually, I guess, there's going to be 3 different sections here. So we don't want to show the tag people. So I guess we're going to say, how are we going to do this? Because this is like a 3-way, and I don't know how I want to do this. I guess I'll go into the utils. Let's set up a new function. So we'll say export function, and we'll say display tag people. This will take in state. This will be root state. Actually, no, this will be a post slice state, I believe, and I think I already have that. Whatever, jsx.element, and what we'll do here is we'll say, what will we say here? So we'll say, we're just gonna go ahead and return this p tag by default. So that'll be our default. We need to import this. Ooh. shoot. I guess we'll have to pass that as well. So toggle tag people total. This will just be a void. No, just declared but never read. Has any type. Thought that's how you did it. We just say toggle tag full total. Oh, because that's any type, right? Let me think. TS pass callback function and a function. One moment. Why am I stupid? It just says callback. It doesn't like that. Yep. Colon function. Will that work? I feel like it won't work. Yeah, figured. Function is not assignable to type. Mouse event handler. Well, I guess that's what we're going to use. Let's import this. Well, I guess that's what it's going to be. How long did it take you to reach your current level? So, a long time, I would say. So I started off as junior, a junior level developer going through a training. I also graduated with the software engineering degree. So I started from zero with the software engineering degree. And from there, you know, it took me 4 years just to kind of get to the point where they accepted me into like a job where they'd train me. From there, it was a 10-week training, and I worked 60 to 80 hours a week through that training, and then I got hired on board, and then I worked another few years, so a couple years actually, like 2.5. So it was a long time. At this point, I've been doing this for developing for 7 years, give or take, and lots of hours on top of that. So a lot of time. Apart from what would you want from a junior developer? You know, someone that's just willing to learn, is going to ask questions. That's basically it. Someone that's not afraid to get help. We'll say if state dot current post and state dot current post dot images dot length is greater than 0. So this is going to return a p tag with this, and this will not have an on click on it, and this will say via tenor, right? And we need to return this. Return that. We'll just ignore. Else if our state.current during current post images dot length is greater than 0. Shoot, we need to know. Oh no, it's fine. We need to know if it's a GIF, which we should be able to do because we should say post images 0 dot type is equal to GIF. Should only be 1 in there. If that's the case, we're just going to return a fragment. It doesn't return anything, I believe. If I go back in here and look, it says If GIF is uploaded from computer, it just removes the people tag. If GIF is from tenor, it says via tenor. So that should be fine. Now, it's probably going to break literally everything whenever we pass this in instead of this. But we'll see what happens. So we'll say, instead of doing this, we'll say update the feed host creator utils. And then 42, we'll say update the feed host creator images. And now instead of calling this, what we're going to do is we're going to call display tag people. This is going to take in the state. Going to take in the post state. And it's going to take in the toggle. Whoops. Toggle people modal. And we want to get rid of that. Save. Does this work? Let's see if it works or not. Hopefully it works. I'll get these two done. Okay, it says via tenor. Okay, if we close this, and I'm gonna hit images. Let me pull this to the side real quick. And let me go to downloads. We'll grab Chef's Kiss. Okay. So that one doesn't work. Let's see what's going on here. So state.current post image is 0. Let me double check. Edit is still there too. Okay. So is it uppercase GIF? Not uppercase GIF. I wonder what it is then. Let's go back. Let's just console.log. I mean, technically yes, but the thing is that I've gotten to the point where it's never going to be empty at in this situation, or at least it shouldn't be empty in this situation. So that's why I'm not concerned about it, because if we hit this point, that means that we have an image in there basically, no matter what. Current post images 0.type, because this component is only displayed. Why can we console log here? Okay, maybe we won't console log here. The this component will only be displayed if and only if there's actually a, what's the word for it? If and only if there's an actual component in there. So can I console.log here? No, I cannot. Of course not. Where is it gonna let me console.log at? Yes, exactly. Now if I can stop being a dingus, can I console.log in here? Console.log, let's say images 0.type. There we go. I should be able to view that. So let's see here. If I go into inspect console, it's image/GIF. Okay. That's why. And I'll have to figure out why all those images are broken, but I'm not that concerned about it. Image.type. So if we go into here, so this is going to be image/GIF. So this should at least work, I think. No, never mind. Not going to work, because why would it work? Images. Whoops. Images. Chef's Kiss. State.current posts. I'm pretty sure it's saying, yeah, image/GIF. So it says that. This might be something I have to debug a little bit later because I'm gonna run out of time here. Let's see. State.current post image is 0. That's what we're printing out here is that exact thing. So we go into this utils, we're printing out images.type, images0.type, which is the same thing as this. We're just passing in the exact state. I appreciate you hanging out. Let's see. So this should be image/GIF. Does this part at least work? Okay, that part at least works. We can fix this. But is this gonna, I think this is gonna break. We're gonna do like that. Prevent it breaking in here. That. I don't want that breaking there. That fix that. Now why is this not working? This image/GIF should be working. Can you let me console.log here? Okay. Cool. Let's get rid of this other console.log. Let's see what this is saying. Oh look, it's saying image.gif, so why are you not working? Oops. Let's still make sure this is working, I guess. Oh, that's good. I seem to have broken something. Cool. Not read property undefined, and now that's the issue that we were just talking about. Reading type. So I'm gonna debug this into utils. Oh, okay, that's an easy fix. Okay, whatever. That'll go away whenever it's whatever. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Let me chef's kiss. Console image/GIF. So why, whenever we say type, what if we do a double equal? Nope. Okay. Well, it's about time for me to head off. So I'm gonna have to hop off for now. Yeah, and this is that bug that I'm not gonna talk about. Yeah, image/GIF inside the feed post creators. So current post images 0.type is equal to image.gif. Oh, you know what? We don't talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. I'm going to see if I can at least do this, maybe. Although I don't know what Twitter looks like, so I have to double check what Twitter looks like. But we're not going to talk about that. This is fine. Everything's fine. Copy this. Paste this. Alright. I think that's going to wrap it up. I think that both of these are working. Are there bugs? Yes, but we're not going to talk about them. But if we come in here, make sure this is working. Be a tinner. That's working. Yeah, cool. So that's going to be it. Thank you all for stopping by. YouTube's been taking forever to process the videos. So I don't know when this is going to be up, but hopefully it'll be up soon. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream.